So I took my medicine this morning for my sinuses, but I just had to put the allergy drops in my eye because I'm going through it. So I have to use the allergy eye drops because you know how it hits your sinuses and everything. So I had to follow up with that. So if I look crazy, it's because I am. All right. Anyway, so last night I was scrolling on a TikTok because that's what when I scroll on TikTok. I don't know why TikTok is entertaining to me. I know a lot of people take it off of TikTok, but oh gosh, my eyes. But I like TikTok. Um, give it a good 15, 20 minutes or so. That's my entertainment because I don't really watch a lot of television right now. And for the last couple of days, there's been a lot of people debating whether men should protect women. And this was in relation to the lady that got hit with a brick. Now, I pretty much don't listen to much of this. I usually give it about maybe 10 seconds or so, just because I want to see some funny memes on dogs and cats or clips about, lions in the Serengeti or something like that. And so basically, I've come to the conclusion, we have to fall back with the men. Okay, we have to fall back. What do I mean by that? So, just a couple months ago, they had the Montgomery Brawl. Okay, there was this black man who was doing his job. He got jumped by white people, and in turn, black people jumped in. Now, what was interesting about that brawl was while the men were fighting these other men, the white men, okay, there were white women who were jumping in and putting hands on people. And you know what happened? With the exception of the man, the unk, who was basically wielding the chair and bopped that lady with it, there were black women who jumped in that fight. Now, let me tell you right now, I want to make this clear. Don't expect me to jump in any fights. I'm not fighting anybody unless it's for my children or something, or on behalf of my husband, because maybe he's getting jumped or something, which he doesn't put himself in those kind of positions. I'm not fighting. I don't want to fight. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't really know how to fight. Heck, I don't even remember anything. Look, I even have a black belt in martial arts and I don't remember anything. I don't even basically know how to get in a stance right now. So I want you guys to know I'm an easy lick. If you're 4'11" and you put hands on me and I'm 5'6", I'm telling you right now, I'm falling down like, I'm falling out. Hold on, Karen. Okay? So now look, if we circle back to what happened in July/August time frame, because I was out of the country at the time, there were black women who jumped in at the defense of black men who were, because white women were jumping in, getting their licks. So the black women were like, basically, now I'm just narrating over top, but like, oh no, sir, no, ma'am. Well, this is what I would say to the black women. We need to fall back because it is clear. It doesn't matter. You will continue to jump and march up and put yourself in the line of fire when these men are uninterested in protecting you. Now, a lot of people are saying, like, oh, she was saying this and saying that. I'm like, I don't care. The woman was talking. Did she deserve a brick to her head? There is a sickness in the black community. So I would say fall back. Fall back. Fall back on trying to defend people unless it's like legit something. Like I just feel like we need to stop getting in these squabbles in fighting on behalf of a group of people who don't care for you. Do I know that this is not all men? Of course I know this is not all black men. But right now, and I granted this is what's being put in the media. A lot of people say, oh, this is just what's being put in the media. Well, yeah, right? We don't see too many other people standing up doing these things. And the fact of the matter is, the people that are being put in the media, even though people, so everyone wants to say things like, that's what's being put in the media. I'm like, the fact that there's that many people willing to perform for the media, right? And I think people are starting to really believe, this narrative that it's the same couple of people doing these bad things. I don't think that's true. I think there is a subculture of whacked out weirdos doing this, and I don't think it's the same couple of people. Look, we've seen, even in a non physical manner, what happens. Okay? Let's take it back further than the Montgomery Brawl. Let's take it all the way back to, I think, what was it, like, I think it was America's Got Talent or something. You know, Gabrielle Union was on that panel. I'm so sorry. I sound like I'm dying. So look, do you remember how Terry Crews came out and basically was saying that people were trying to touch his no-no spots, right? And people defended him. They were like, you know what? I know this is a man, but like he should have his own bodily autonomy and the right to his space, and he should not be violated. Well, when Gabrielle Union was being attacked for certain things, it was her hair, and this, that, and the other. The first thing Terry Crews did was deny, deny, deny. He didn't support her. And don't get me wrong, I think Gabrielle Union herself is a different type of whack job. But he never came to her support. Women are constantly, at least black women, are constantly running to the support of black men. And if things were, or if we were supportive of each other, it would totally make sense. Because, one thing about black women, when we rock with you, we rock with you, right? But then I think when it's time for us to garner any sort of support, it is like pure crickets. So what I would say is fall back, okay? See, black women are already starting to like get with the program. They're not trying to just hop on all these other, like, you know what I mean? Like, we know that we cannot align ourselves with non-black women, right? Because we know they're not for us, right? So we're starting to just go in our own, do our own thing, right? We get it. You've got many people who, I'll put it to you like this. We recognize that when it comes to womanhood, we have to do womanhood alone. So we are carving out our own space. But when it comes to within the community, we also are recognizing, or at least hopefully are waking up to the fact that like these men are not here for us. So although men are like, well, I don't know anybody who's not like that. I'm like, but clearly there's enough of them out there. And we have to stop being in denial, saying like, well, in my personal circle, I'm like, well, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There's a reason why we're continuously seeing a lot of these examples, in the media. Not to say that it is fully representative of a group of people, but there's enough of the dinglings who are willing to perform on social media in this manner. They have no shame, they have no morals. So I say, black women, we have to fall back. Stop jumping in the fray every single time something happens. I mean, every time something goes down, we want to sing "We Shall Overcome" or something. I mean, like, I say, like, we got to start letting some of these men stand on their own 2 feet, because clearly they don't care about you. All right? So I'm just kind of like at the point when I see some of these things, I'm just kind of like, what do you want me to do? You don't like black women, so why should I throw in my supports? I'm not throwing in my towel for you. Make it clear. I do love black men, but some of the stuff that I'm seeing online, I'm like, I can't get down with this. So it's becoming much more difficult for me to have any sort of sympathy. I'm like, oh, sounds like you had a hard time. Now, that's not to say that I would never support black men. Obviously, I'm raising black men. I have a black husband. But when I see these things in the media, And then people are like, look, like for example, Kanye. He went out there and showed his behind. He thought that he was above everything and everyone. And those who support him still haven't even gotten it because they want to call him a genius. You can be intelligent and still be a madman. Most super intelligent people are, in my opinion. But this is the thing. He went out there on everyone else's platform. He proclaimed he was a billionaire. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, he's the stupidest person I know. I'm like, while you had access to resources and cloud and network and stuff like that, he should have been doing his own thing. But instead, he pimped out his name to Adidas or Adidas, as they say. I want to be clear. He allowed himself to be pimped out. He pimped out his own name. He pimped out, he used their manufacturing resources, their marketing, allegedly. He used their banks. He used everything. And then when he forgot who he was, they reminded him. They gave him his wake-up card. They gave him his wake-up card. And you know what happened? They said, get off of our social media platforms because you didn't create your own. Take your money out of my bank. It's not your bank. You know what? We don't need you for manufacturing or whatever anymore. Heck, they even told Beyonce, here, take your stuff. Bye. We don't need you. Everyone thinks, oh, Beyonce is going to keep. No, no, no. They made it clear. We don't need you, Beyonce. We don't need you, Kanye. But anyway, Kanye, all of a sudden, was going through it with Kim Kardashian, and he was like, oh, my black children. I'm like, they're biracial. You could care less about being black until you needed black people, and I would say even specifically black women, tugging on the heartstrings of black people, black women. So I say for all the black men, if that's where you want to go as far as beating up on black women, killing black women, calling them out of their names, all these other things, I'm like, you know what? We heard you. And we will give you that separation. Cut them loose. And for those of you who have some sense, then we'll rock with you. It's really that simple. For all the silly ones, cut them loose. So when I see you in the media being crazy or whatever it is, I'm like, okay, all right, like go do you. For black women, we need to just fall back. Just fall back. We don't need to get involved in every squabble. So the next Montgomery brawl that happens or whatever, sit back, get your virtual popcorn. Unless your child or somebody in your family is being harmed, unless it's like a full-on jumping, like I just feel like these men need to jump in and learn to defend for themselves and the community. I'm just going to sit back and watch because it's clear that they do not like black women and will never defend black women. I don't care how much crap that woman that was talking, if she was talking at all, got bopped. She should never have gotten bopped in the head by a brick. Nothing justifies that. All right, I'm gonna go. My eyes are slowly starting to feel better, and look how puffy I am. Oh my gosh! Pray for me, guys. Have a good one.